Edwards in Blanca, Colorado. Looking for people to come on out here and learn how to live free, abundant, and happy. We're going to pursue our happiness. That's the idea. And the first thing I want to introduce you to here is the Telegram page. I'm hoping that we can get more people to start using Telegram instead of Discord because it's much more organized. If you look over on the side here, 94 photos, 41 videos, 2 files, 89 shared links, 25 voice messages. Okay, you can see all this stuff is really sorted out really well, and on Discord maybe not so much, right? So we have the newsreel on the Discord, and you can go and get in the Discord by the description down below. So the first thing I want to do here is take you through the genesis of Patriot Camp parts 1 to 3, 43 minutes, establishing we the people as the rulers. This is what started Patriot Camp. And sorry for my on the fly filters here in my cam. I'm gonna have to fix that. Let's see if I can do it quick. Boom. I'm gonna have to be fuzzy. I'm just gonna have to be fuzzy. Sorry, folks. Alrighty, moving on. So now let's talk about Herb. We've got Herb again doing some more defamation on my PayPal here. So now I have to say it's, you know, I mean, I wasn't getting a ton of donations before, but I don't know if this is actually making people decide that they don't want to donate. So what I'm asking you is that if you believe that this is damaging me, what that means is if you feel that this guy has some sort of credibility and that, you know, I'm suffering financial damage from his defamation, then I would appreciate it if you would email me, patriotcybersquad@gmail.com, and we'll just take it from there, because the defamation laws are very, very bad. I don't know how, I'm not sure if people can, somebody wants to get with me on this. This guy's got some money. He likes to defame people. I'm not the only one. And just to address like this latest comment, just for example, he says, here's a short list of patriots who supported Vince at one time but are no longer involved. Some lived there but didn't. Okay, so let's go over Bruce. Bruce was a guy who got into an argument that had nothing to do with me. I came out there to basically settle it, and then he started yelling at me, and you know how that's going to go. Then you had Doug. I don't know who Doug is. Jeff is still with us. He's around. He's just busy. Sam. You got Sam is a guy that actually, now Jeff and Doug did not live here. Lynn did not live here. Anonymous, I don't know who that is. Jason Goodman dumped me because of my involvement with Steve Motley. Steve Motley dumped me because of my name that he found out it was a different name. It was all shady that it was a different name. And then come to find out that Steve Motley doesn't even use his real name online. My name is Vince Edwards. That's what I use everywhere and online, but my lawful name is Vincent Edwards Luke. I've been totally open and honest about that with everyone. So Sam, by the way, this is it's like only one side of the story and severely twisted facts. So Sam is a guy that literally defecated on my living room floor. Okay? He actually shit on my living room floor. Excuse my French. Now, here's the other thing. He promises to buy Charles a new truck. I have never promised to buy Charles a new truck. I tried to have a couple of fundraisers. We have so much censorship. I had a couple of videos on there. As far as giving Charles half the PayPal money, that is an absolute total bold-faced lie. At one point, I said something about 20%. I'm basically giving him 20% now between mail drop-offs and worms that he brings and going to town. I do a very serious premium on the gas for that. So I take care of Charles. Charles would be complaining. He can stand up for himself if he needed to. So anyway, you got Herb that is really defaming my character. I don't want to spend any more time on that, but the guy's got some money, and I would like to think about, I've got an email address, I think I have his real name, Herbert Ratliff, because he's donating through the PayPal here. And then, unfortunately, guys, you can't donate $2 or $3. It has to be a minimum of $5 now, because I'm not going to let this guy snipe me at $1 a pop. And I told him, and by the way, thank you, Valerie. My contribution did not come through PayPal. She donated $10, but sent it to the wrong spot. But this one is Bite Me Herb. Okay. This is just, Vince, you're exploiting Charles Reader PayPal. You use, I mean, this is unfortunate. All that stuff, if you go check out that Patriot Camp movie, all the stuff that I've been through to just, this is not, if I was in it for me, I would not have stood up for your rights. Understand that. I would not have stood up for your rights if I was only in it for me. I would have gotten a permit for this. I would have gotten a permit for that. I would have laid low. I would have not went and down to the county meeting and told all these people that they're not allowed to trespass and inform them about their rights. So now I've had to deal with all of that. I got through all of these hoops now. Okay, I avoided 24 years in prison, actually. Free speech, literally I was being jailed for a Facebook post. So this man right here, Herbert Ratliff, no actual facts or evidence, does not want to come on with me live anywhere, shape, or form, has admitted that he doesn't know what a patriot is in the emails. He said, I never said that I was a patriot. I wanted to learn about being a patriot, and then I ask you about some stuff and you don't give me the answer I want, basically. That was the last argument we got into, is that he was talking to me about my deed. We were talking about, I told him about acknowledgments. Go look that up. That's some down the rabbit hole information that he just didn't feel like going down it. And I said, listen, if you don't want to research it, brother, that's fine. And we were like really, really friendly at that moment. And then he gets like this bipolar disconnect or something. And then he just goes off and then makes you the bad guy, the sinister guy that's just, now he's got to take you down and you're the enemy. No evidence, nothing. It's just something got twisted in his brain and now you're the enemy. So I'm sorry, Herb, that you feel this way, but I want you to understand that you are now pretty much the only source of my misery out here now. Okay? I stood up for my rights against the county. I stood up for my rights against people that came in here and wanted to like tell me what to do on my own property. I stood up for my rights that wanted to against a couple people that literally wanted to physically, okay, attack me in some cases here. Okay, I've put up with stuff that you would not believe, and then people that come out here, I've never brought somebody out here that's one of you guys watching from the channel that's been supportive for like more than a month or so, right? That's been watching from the social media. It's always people that come offline, off Craigslist or something like that, and then I bring them in here, and then I try to convert them into a patriot. So that's my question. Is Herb damaging me? If you believe that Herb is damaging just the stress level right now, you can see the stress level, because this does disturb me. Lies told about me, okay? That I would not like those things to be true, and they're not. The fact is, I am an asshole sometimes, okay? I can be an asshole sometimes, but if we had a bathroom, shower, laundry, kitchen, abundance, I guarantee you 90% of the people he just mentioned would still be here, kissing my butt whenever it was necessary, right? Because they're living an abundant lifestyle. Not that I need my butt kissed, and I don't want my butt kissed by anybody. So anyway, moving on. Again, PatriotCybersquad@gmail.com. If you know how to take this guy to court for some money, then please do so. He's got some money. And I can prove every one of these things. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go back through my YouTube channel and prove almost the majority of this completely false. And maybe he has like a hair of it somewhat correct in that paragraph. But, I mean, just remotely, and then twists off into into Never Never Land. So now the next thing we've got up here, I wanted to mention here about Trump's executive order to lower drug costs here.
Now, why should other nations pay much less than us?
The president right there preparing an executive order to lower prescription drug prices that will impact.
All right, now understand that Trump has done all of this stuff by executive order. Most of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, except for like the tax bill. So if we wind up getting another libtard in the Oval Office, a stroke of a pen, and the majority of all this stuff goes away, all this prosperity that America has been experiencing over the last couple of years. So there needs to be a groundswell. And this is one thing where I would say, like, you know, don't spend a lot of time and energy and effort on it. But definitely when anybody asks, say, yeah, vote Republican. Okay? And I'm not saying the Republicans are any better. I'm saying that Trump has the Republicans by the horns, okay? The rhinos, has the rhinos by the horns right now in the Republican Party, who are basically not much different than the Democrats. So again, when I say this stuff and I talk about support for Trump and stuff like that, I don't know why I have my toothbrush in my hand. When I say this stuff and I talk about support for Trump, it's not because I'm a Republican. It is because I am an independent, and because Trump is a patriot and he's doing the things that are supporting the Constitution, and that's why I support the president. And everybody hates him. You need to understand that's the guy you should like. You need to think outside the box when all of these billionaires hate him. Okay? Why do they hate him? He's just another billionaire. Why would they hate him? Think about that. So now we've got coming up here Sotiri, Sotiridi, on Twitter over here, has a lot of good breaking news. And he was posting about a tsunami. The status went away. Where is it? The tsunami status. Bummer. Now I gotta go find it. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Because we're live. No cut, no editing. Can't have any dead air. Too bad Herb is back to being a thorn in the side of PatriotCamp Garden of Eden Project. William Moreau. Yup, thank you very much, William. You're live right now. If you want to be saying anything about, like, the last 2 times he was in here, the last 2 times he, like, totally just said a whole bunch of false lies, and then we took him back 2 other times into our good graces, and he probably will be back around, but there's no way I'm going to let him do this damage to us again, man. Herb is out and he's gone and he's never coming back this time. And that's just the bottom line. So he's going to be trying to do all kinds of damaging things, and he's trying to, get something going then, try and get people to his YouTube channel, and, probably rubbernecking will happen and some people will go sub it up. But again, I could just delete the fund, right? And because I'm promoting his links on my fund. So if I had anything to hide and I thought that there was truth to any of that stuff, then obviously I wouldn't be dealing with it. But the one thing that's stressing me out right now is that I've got literally one pound bag of rice left, okay? And I want to talk about Mama Potato for a minute, and shout out to Mama Potato. She's been bringing some awesome news here, and also to Lisa. I want to shout out to Lisa. You've got Valerie in here that wanted to ask this. Has anyone heard from Dutchinson's yet? Did he get slapped right when it was crucial for people to know what's going on with the earthquakes? Because he's the guy, man. That's where everybody goes to, Dutchinson's. What the hell is going on at USGS, and why don't they want us to know? All right. I want to know that question. If you know something about that, then please comment down there in the description. And let's check out. We've got John says, howdy. Fred Gobbler says, will be good to hear the news. I am in Alberta, Canada, Central Oregon. Let's see. We got anybody that wanted to say anything about the news tonight? Dude, avoid Craigslist at all costs. Man, I don't know if you have any other suggestions, BitHound. Please definitely holler at me, man. Tell me about the suggestions you got in order to get the word out about PatriotCamp. Try and get Patriots to come here, rough it for just a little bit. If I could just get like 2 or 3 Patriots or 4 Patriots to come in here, $400 each. And then probably we literally would not have to ever charge you rent anymore. But the only reason why I have the rent money at $200 a month is I wanted to get that down to 0. I just want people to pitch in. And what I'll just be like, hey, I'll take $20 off for that. I'll take $10 off for that. I'll take, and then people will be, oh, really? Hey, cool. I got $10 off for that. So we really kind of like, people don't understand how to live in an honor system. They've never been introduced to an honor system before, right? The honor system is if you honor your word and you do the things that you're supposed to do in your space, with your job, then, for example, I don't have to boss you around. I don't have to come say, hey, why wasn't the wood in here? You crossed it off on the job board. And why are you making me your boss? I don't want to be anybody's boss. I just want to have this property here, and I want to let everybody come and live free on it, right? And then you're making me be your boss. So people turn around and they say, well, why are you bossing me around? No, I'm saying, why are you making me boss you around? Haven't seen anything new about the swatting situation, says Mama Potato. Dutchinson has posted a new update on his channel, so go ahead over there and check that out when you get a chance, Mama Potato. If you want to post a link, I'll put it up for us and we can check it out in a little bit too. So I did go and search for this tsunami warning that was coming from Sotri, who was posting about a tsunami warning over by Indonesia, and I didn't have it up here. I did a search and we don't have anything else because that was posted this AM. So no update about the tsunami. It was a 6.8 earthquake that got updated to a 7.1. So we're getting some crazy stuff happening out there. Again, my Camp 17 is available for free to any patriots in California that feel like they want to get out of Dodge for a little bit. If you want to just take a break for 2 weeks and get out of California, man, look, think about it. Do you want to be sitting there in the big one going, man, I wish I took him up on it? Do you? I don't think you do. I want you to play that in your head like a movie. Everything's shaking, like, oh my God, we're all going to die. Oh, and the last thing you're thinking is, man, I wish I got the heck out of here. Okay, so if I can save a couple of lives and I can have you guys, come on out to Camp 17 literally for free for a couple weeks, okay? I'll put you up for free 2-week free stay, okay? And maybe save a few lives and think about just getting out of the cities for a little bit. I'm real concerned. And I've seen some things to make me concerned. I'm not just saying that because I'm, talking out the side of my head here. Before we get back to earthquakes, I do want to talk about my mines for a second. We've got mines here. I could use a little bit of love. We've got the Subverse Newsroom also. I want to shout out the Subverse Newsroom. And Tim is kind of like lean. He's actually a Bernie supporter. But you've got Tim Pool. And I've been watching a couple of his vids. I'm very impressed. I have not actually checked him out because somebody told me it was a libtard, and that's why I didn't. So don't do that, right? Don't let somebody label somebody or something. You go and check it out for yourself. I'm guilty. I'm calling myself guilty of not giving Tim the benefit of the doubt. So I definitely want you to go ahead and sub Tim Pool's channel and definitely come over here to the Subverse. Okay, you'll see that advertised on Tim's channel when he is live there. Now, the next thing we've got here, we'll get back to earthquakes in a second here, is that Antifa was just doing some more violence, just allowed violence, okay? These people should be getting arrested. As soon as they lay hands on someone else, they should be getting arrested. And I'm going to show you in a minute why they're not getting arrested, okay?
So why are you guys out here?
Sorry about blowing you out.
Can you guys tell me why any of you are out here? Your reflexes aren't very good.
Nazi shit.
Why do you say that?
Because you're out every time.
Excuse me.
See now, and he says, why do you say that? Because, and then he just repeats yourself. If all you're going to do is just sit there and repeat yourself, then I don't understand. And sorry for the buffering on that while I was playing this, guys. But if you're just going to sit there and repeat yourself, then obviously you've just been programmed to say some stuff, right?
Excuse me. Excuse me. This is my property. This
Bam.
is my property.
There you go. That's made contact.
This is my property.
This guy's now he's trying to get his hat stolen.
Come on,
Why
These guys are not allowed to do that in this country. Somebody just threw a bottle at him.
Why is it okay to assault people?
Why are these people getting away with this? Is my question. And sorry for that. I don't know. We've got a bunch of tabs loaded up in here. I might buffer a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, we're back in the green, and so we've got on Zero Hedge, and this is an older article. We went searching for a little bit of evidence, and I've got a little bit more here. Why was this crowd hire company recruiting $25 an hour political activists in Charlotte last week? Trump ignited a political firestorm yesterday during an impromptu press conference when he said that there was blame on both sides for tragic events that occurred in Charlottesville over the weekend. I would say that there's definitely blame on both on one side. Actors and photographers wanted in Charlotte. This is the Craigslist ad that's being put up. Crowds on Demand, a Los Angeles-based public relations firm specializing in innovative events, is looking for enthusiastic actors and photographers in the Charlotte, North Carolina area to participate in our events. Our events include everything from rallies to protests to corporate PR stunts to celebrity scenes. The biggest qualification is enthusiasm. A can-do spirit will pay will vary by event, but typically is $25 plus per hour. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys about the money system versus the honor system. If you've got poor people out there, you can't really blame these people for doing that, man. $25 an hour puts a lot of food on the table. Now, the question is, what kind of crimes are you willing to commit in order to get that money? It's just how far are you willing to go? Okay, you're not willing to commit those crimes? Well, let's throw $100 an hour on it. Oh, you don't want to do those crimes yet? How about $1,000 an hour? Oh, okay, you'll murder some people? Cool. That's the money system for you. So if you want a world that's based on integrity, we really need to have a world that's based on the honor system and abundance. How do you get that? You have camps of an abundant lifestyle in these camps where people can live if they have honor. That's where you get to live if you have honor. Or you get to go back out into the money system and kick and scratch and do the cut each other's throats thing and try to get ahead, right? And maybe you'll get abundance. I don't think so. That's the slaves. It's truly just a slave system, right? So Antifa protesting Soros for non-payment of funds. Where's the money? No money paid. No protest. So much for the resistance. Paid to be angry. How real is that? Check this out. Okay, sorry about my speakers are horrible. Sorry about the sound, guys. So they're literally protesting outside, all these people that are organized. And again, let me, because I was talking to Mama Potato about this, I said, they look really organized. And I closed the window already, but they're marching. They've got like good equipment. They've got all the right gear, it seems. Everything's covered. And obviously they must be getting paid. So that, we did a little bit of surfing. I already pretty much knew about this stuff anyways, because I already heard about it. I was like, I heard about all this stuff they got, where they're actually paying people to do this stuff, right? So not only is that, that's not even really that much evidence, but then you've got right here's the company that's actually hiring out, right? And I actually called them up and I gave them a fake name and an email address, and they're going to be emailing me for some more information. I said, you got any jobs available? So we're going to go into undercover. So stay tuned. I'm going to go undercover here and see if we can get some good stuff, right? Do like a little Project Veritas sting operation on the crowdsondemand.com. All right. Now, another thing I want to mention here is that if you've got them paying, all right, multiple sources that show that these people are paying, right? Let me go over here back into Mama Potato's PM, right? So she just dumped a whole bunch of stuff after I said, hey man, we got to go check this out. And it's Soros Antifa manual. Let's see if I can get that to scroll properly. Soros Antifa manual has been leaked to the public. These protests are a phony political stunt using paid agitators $20 an hour to create the illusion of civil unrest for Trump support. Now, there's a bunch more here. I mean, look at this. There's a flyer. The white The evil white. I mean, they're being paid to hand out these flyers. The white racists and their he masters must be purged from the face of the earth. Must be purged from the face of the earth. How do you purge somebody from the face of the earth, folks? Suggestions? Talk about oppression. Look at this. Oppression and oppression at the bottom. Who was being oppressed in that clip a few minutes ago? In your opinion, comment down below. Let's go back to comments for a little bit. Speaking of comments, right? All right, so now if you have a link, go ahead and you can drop it in there. If you go, oh no, Mama Potato doesn't have, you'd have to drop that in your private chat there if you did actually put it in there. And I'm not going to be able to jump into the chat and read everything, and I don't want to read every single comment, right, and fill up a whole bunch of time. I don't want to waste a bunch of Patriot time, man. Truth or fiction? Antifa manual found at Evergreen State College campus unproven. An anonymous user posted the so-called Antifa manual on 4chan. Appears to be a joke, but there's no way to confirm that. Antifa manual found. Is this George Soros' playbook? Well, I mean, you see a bunch of protesters out there. I don't know if our side, if you could find that many people on our side that would be that dishonest, right? That are going to go and dress up in Antifa costumes and chant that. I wouldn't. I'm not going to be dishonest in order to make my point. Like somebody we know, name starts with an H, ends with a B, and has an ER in it, and it's 4 letters. Hire demonstrators for PR events and more. Your home for protests, rallies, advocacy, audiences, PR stunts, crowds on demand. This is all this stuff. Bingo, that's the source. Looking for a tie that binds. Now here's something that I was like, whoa, man. Boom. Mama Potato dragged this out. 5 to 25 masked rioters guaranteed to cause havoc and confusion. Seriously, right? 5 to 25 masked rioters guaranteed to cause havoc and confusion. That is freaking insanity, okay? Now, if you want to get involved in the newsreel, definitely go ahead and jump in the Discord below, and then you can help us bring the news, because we are the news now, right? What is this right here? Sedition. Sedition is the crime of revolting or inciting revolt against government. Now, who is the government in this country? I would argue that the government is we the people. And we the people are guaranteed rights by servants who take an oath to uphold them by obeying the Constitution. They take an oath to uphold and obey the Constitution and protect it against all enemies, foreign and domestic, is what they're doing. So in this highlighted section here, it says generally a person may be punished for sedition only when he or she makes statements that create a clear and present danger to rights that the government may lawfully protect. Now, if you're being literally physical in someone's face, if you're making statements online, if you're making statements on a Craigslist ad, and then you're paying people, because right, Citizens United says that money is speech, then aren't you committing sedition, is my question. And can we prosecute George Soros for this? And whoever else is funding these people, and Antifa that's going out and this is a terrorist act, in my opinion. It's using violence, intimidation, and terror to achieve a political purpose. That's the rough definition of terrorism off the top of my head. So next up, we've got an interesting theory on this. I want to just play a couple minutes of this. I'm not sure if I believe it. It's off of John X Army's channel. Interesting theory.
These are lingams in the ground, okay? John X Army has been doing a lot of frequency and vibration research lately. Well, it's not only sound that goes along with frequency and vibration. But if you have a structure, we'll say a pool of some type of liquid to increase sound and vibration, what would it do? It'd cause an earthquake. They're out there doing them in the desert. Now, what is this structure? This is a lingam. What's a lingam? A lingam, a symbol of divine generative energy, especially a phallus or phallic object worshipped as a symbol of Shiva, okay? That's a lingam. Now look, here's what lingams look like. Does that look familiar? They're doing it with sound and vibration. Someone or some group of people are using frequency and vibration out in the desert near China Lake to make earthquakes. And they're doing it with lingams. You see these lingams? Like water drips or runs right here. It makes a supposedly a holy vibration. They're using sound and frequency to cause these earthquakes.
All right, again, I'm not sure if I understand that even, so that's why I just wanted to play it. I didn't just want to totally discount it because, honestly, I just don't understand it. So I didn't want to say I don't believe that, because how can I believe it or not believe it if I don't even freaking understand what the hell he's talking about, right? Now, another thing is you got BP Earthwatch over here that mentioned that we're having some issues with this that people need to be aware of. And this is what I was talking in the beginning of the program about. You're welcome to come out here for a couple weeks and chill for free. The only thing it's going to cost you is some gas money.
The AfterShocks, 5.5, 5.4, 5, 4.9. And these are listed as far as intensity. You have to go a long ways to get to the fifth because there's been so many. But notice, as we go there on the fifth, right here, that's the last one at 2100 hours. It was 1.0. Then it, right here at 7.5. Then at 7.6, 1.0. And so that continued until that large quake. But again, if you go back up to the top of this, and we will, look at the intensity difference. These are 1s and 9s on the fifth. Again, until the 7.1 today, there was you had a lot of aftershocks, but the intensity was not that strong. But that's a totally different story now. Look at this. These are all today, going way down to that 1.0. The intensity has picked up. I know it's kind of an overload on data, guys, but in this situation, every little piece of information that we get helps, that we can, again, put together, correlate.
Okay, so basically what he's talking about is that there's a whole bunch of aftershocks going on, and it's not really that normal. They're not. He's talking about some pressure building up too. There's in one space he's talking about where there's like too much pressure. Again, this is not my department. I'm just trying to save lives if possible, if we need to. Okay, the pressure was not dissipating, is what he was saying. So again, please go on over there and check that out for your own information. Now we've got Tommy Robinson guilty. Ezra Levant reacts to Tommy Robinson verdict here. This is interesting.
And that's permitted, but Tommy saying how the verdict today, well, that's apparently enough to send a man to prison. We don't know for sure if he's going to be sent back to prison. It looks like there will be a sentencing hearing as soon as next week. I hope to attend that hearing. In fact, I think I will. I'm just shocked by this, and I think it goes to my own naivete, and maybe even I don't understand how far things have gone. I haven't had a chance to talk with Tommy. He's obviously conferring with his lawyers and his family. If we can do things to help, we certainly will. I think journalism is one of the ways we can help because, of course, he has no voice to fight back. He's being cut off by social media, Facebook, Twitter, and the like. Well, it's a disappointing end to what I thought was going to be a successful week. I'm wrong about how the trial would go, but I think, unfortunately, I'm right about how the state of the United Kingdom is going. And that is going towards authoritarianism. I do not think it is accurate to call the United Kingdom a free country anymore. I think we have to call it partly free, and I find that deeply sad. For the Rebel.media, I'm...
And I actually have to say then, what is partly free? Because my journey down the rabbit hole really kind of started out with me defining what freedom is for myself. Instead of letting other people tell, well, yeah, it's a free country, but, well, it's a free country, but you have all this stuff that you have to do, and then you have to have all these permits, and then you have to actually have money coming in until the day you die, because you're always going to have to pay at least property taxes. That doesn't seem like freedom to me. So that's why I wanted to come on out here and say, look, at some point I have to be able to own property, right? That means they can't tax me on it. Because if they can tax me on it and I don't pay, they get to take it from me. That means it's not mine. That means that there's a condition on my use. Next up, we've got James Goddard arrested. This is a friend of my friend Katie, my new friend Katie over there in the UK. She had two of her kids taken from her. This is some next level stuff happening over there in the UK. They're losing their children left and right. I would say at a rate at least double what we're losing them in the States. And this guy is pretty big in the movement here. James Goddard arrested.
Everywhere. Literally everywhere.
Damn it.
Badge number 17514.
Yeah, turn all these down before the show, sorry.
You make sure these fuckers are bought, because this is wrong, yet again.
Let's go again.
Rachel, you make sure this
I'm videoing it all now.
Everywhere.
I will do.
Literally everywhere. You get their badge number. What's your badge number? 17514 2450. You make sure these fuckers are bought, because this is wrong, yet again.
So, I don't know what he's being arrested for, what like they're saying he's being arrested for, but I guarantee you the reason why he's being arrested is because he's standing up to the state and the CPS stuff and the child trafficking. So, please go over and sub TR News, by the way. That's who brought us to this. That is my buddy Chris over there in the UK. Please go ahead and sub his channel up. I will probably be getting on there to do an interview soon. But he was had to deal with the trial that was coming up, and he's welcome to come on PatriotCamp News and do an interview or the main channel. Next up, we've got Jeffrey Epstein. Boom, boom. This is a huge boom because Nexium, or whatever you want to call it, just came up. That had deep ties to the Clinton cabal. The Clinton crime family, the Bush Clinton crime family, really, is what it is. Because the Bushes are deeply involved with the Clintons, and then you had the Bushes pretty much running drugs through Arkansas when Bill Clinton was president, and then we're gonna, yeah, you're gonna be the Democrat because we own you, is the reason why Bill Clinton became president. So you got Jeffrey Epstein arrested for sex trafficking of minors. This is going to be huge. This is the beginning of the end of the big dominoes are going to start to fall, and you are going to see some boom, boom, booms happening here. I'm not going to get into this because I'm not going to give this guy any more press than I want to, right? Saturday's arrest by the FBI NYPD Crimes Against Children Task Force comes about 12 years after the 66-year-old financier essentially got a slap on the wrist for allegedly molesting dozens of underage girls in Florida. So, hallelujah, all of you people out there that saw Epstein go down and then just get a slap on the wrist, man. This has got to be music to your ears to hear this. God bless the patriots out there that are out there getting out the news, that are out there protecting children, that are doing what I'm doing. Please get your mug on the, I'll show you how to do it. You can do it with DU recorder. You can do it with an Android phone. If you want to become the news, okay, that's another thing I want to do. If you want to become the news, we'll put your 10-minute clip up on this channel right after this episode or right in between. Oh, and I'm going to go to Mama Potato, and then she's gonna come on and be like da 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 da, and then and here's my channel over here, and then we'll build your channel and build your channel. We're just gonna go and build everybody's channels right here in the Patriot Camp Network. We are the news now. Next up, this article, the tagline was looters, but there wasn't really much about looters. It says looting has been reported. Was all there was, but what was interesting about this was just the pictures. I thought you guys would be interested in the pictures of earthquakes. And I've never actually been in an earthquake, but Yeah, just think about this. I mean, it was many miles away from these locations because it didn't hit any population centers. And just think about just the ground vibrating enough to just like shake all that stuff off the shelves, right? You got something on fire over here. Firefighter is seen battling flames from an electrical fire at a mobile home park in Ridgecrest. Look at that. No fatalities or serious injuries have been reported from this second quake, the largest in Southern California in 20 years. Now, I got to ask you a question here. What is the coincidence? What is the possibility of that you have two huge earthquakes that close together and nobody dies? Anybody thinking of the probabilities? I would say that's like impossible, right? Which means that maybe it's not a coincidence. So that the stuff that we're hearing out there, now you can check out the last Patriot Camp News, and there's other people out there that are talking about is that we might have hit some dumb bases where they're doing some really heinous stuff down there. Some of it is like, genetic engineering and like taboo stuff all over the place, like, anti-science, like you would not believe. And man, I just like blasted through this freaking news so fast, and we're getting down to pretty much like towards the end of it here. Gone is the resolve in this country when communist organizations were outed and then Americans did not patronize them anymore. Unfortunate, it's all about that instant gratification today. I need hits. I need a Facebook page. Build your network independent of Facebook and it is guaranteed to last. Branch out from YouTube and Twitter. Stop being a slave to big tech. Now you've got the Genesis of Patriot Camp movie. I hope you guys check that out. Let's see how many views we've got on there. I uploaded it about 2 hours ago and we have been getting a lot more response on the YouTube channel. That's really awesome, and I owe that mainly to Marfugal, I would say. So I want to shout out to Marfugal fam. Check out my specialty video that I did on Marfugal. That's gonna be well, it's around. It's only a couple videos back on the channel there. We got 10 likes. Excuse me for just okay, 44 minutes without a frog in my throat there. So we got 30 views in the last 2 hours. That's pretty cool. Please share this out. Smash the like button on there. This is in here. Let me just play the last part because that really kind of says it all. The vision. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. The reason why I'm making this movie is because I want to make sure what happened to me never has to happen to you. Our rights are supposed to be enforced by we the people. And if you're ready to do that, please help me out. You can join a camp, you can start a camp, or you can put a donation in the fund to help us finish off Camp 17 so we can show people the vision. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. So please help us out. Let's get to the finish line. Let's pursue our happiness. Please spread this out, smash the like button, and God bless the Patriots. If you want to be one of those people who shows up and we're considered heroes for what we do.
Help me, my rights are being violated. Look, up in the sky.
Okay, so please go ahead and spread that out everywhere and think about putting a contribution in the fund because I am like really hurting right now and that thing has not like really ticked since Herb started defaming my character on there and I've invited him to come on the channel. I'm not going to let him sit there and snipe out with comments and stick something, basically hit and run. Herb is not going to be able to do any more hit and runs on my channel. I'm not responding to any more emails and just basically shut off. So you're more than welcome to check out the Herb video that I did a couple videos back. You can go ahead and email him. You can ask him, hey, I'd like to hear your side of the story. If I had anything to hide, I probably wouldn't be pointing you in that direction, right? So thank you very much for watching and sharing that because that's gonna show people that like literally I'm the real deal. I hate to toot my own horn, but I've been through this stuff. I've done these things that I'm telling you to do. I've done the research. I'm not trying to get anyone else to try and do something that I'm not willing to do on my own. Okay, now Brave Rewards, I wanted to show you this for a second. You've got $5.42 over here, 18.0 BAT. I just got my payout, so I got I haven't figured out how to actually put that in my PayPal yet, but that's interesting there. And then we had a bunch of people download the Brave browser. I'm not sure exactly where I'm at with that, but I'm having sort of a problem here with the World Passport. They're not wanting to accept my World Passport. Brave Rewards, by the way, that really stinks. Obviously, if you just got the basic U.S. citizen stuff, then you're probably not going to have too much of a problem. So let's check out some comments here. William says, big ups to Marfugo News. Execute all the pedos. Instead of water being used as a catalyst for the lingam, I think they're using the HARP array to send ELF to magnify the vibrations, says BitHound. I'm here through Homegrown USA and Marfugo, says Sandra. Awesome. We'll spread the word for your channel. Hugs from New York State. God bless you, Sandra. Thank you very much. Let me scroll up over here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so we pretty much covered most of the comments there. And let's see. So next thing I want to leave you here with is that we want to be creating our own reality. Now, we wind up getting upset about stuff sometimes. And we wind up propagating some stuff that we shouldn't probably be propagating. Now, I think that I needed to say the stuff that I needed to about Herb's defamation, right? Some of that stuff needs to be addressed, and then you move on. But this Democrat thing, I see so many posts on my LinkedIn, people that are conservatives, that, oh, AOC did this and this person did that. And do you understand that these people are so stupid? Not the people that are posting this stuff. I'm saying the people that are so stupid, they're let them keep talking. You don't have to point that ridiculousness out, because we all know that that's ridiculous. We all know that they're off their freaking rocker. We know that they're painted into a corner and they are only for illegal immigrants and dead people and Mexicans. I mean, seriously, and migrants. They're not for Americans. They're not for America. So I thought that the Democrats were extinct. I'm saying here, why are we still talking about them? They were not even very interesting. Let's make this a reality. They were not even very interesting. Look at the crowd. See how many people are out there at a Democrat rally for Obama or Biden or any of these people. Go check out the rally. See how many people are actually out there physically. And then look at a Donald Trump rally and see the difference. It's a complete illusion. Okay? All these bullets coming at us from the left are a complete illusion. So I want you to just put your hand up like this, all right? And just say, I'm just not going to pass along your crap anymore. And we're just going to leave you in the dustbin of history where you belong. Last but not least, I want to leave you with a good thought. This was this morning. Jesus first, always Debbie over there at Marfugo Zone. And shout out to the Marfugo Zone Discord. And also the voice chat. I hang out a little bit in the voice chat over there. God bless these guys. Really have been really supportive. I got a little dusted up one time in the chat, and really it was like I actually kind of had a bad attitude, and I got on there and I was like dissing people, and I just went into one of my things where look, I've been through a lot of hell, and when I just catch even more hell from somebody who's supposed to be like on my team, it something snaps and I just kind of lose it a little bit, right? I'm not going to actually physically hurt anybody or anything like that, but I do kind of just vent it off in chat. And it's not really the loud people that you have to worry about, right? It's those quiet people that keep it all bottled in. If I got something to say, I vent it. I have no problem saying what I need to say. So it doesn't matter what's been written in your story so far. It's how you fill up the rest of the pages that counts. All this stuff that's happened in behind us. Let's put it behind us now. Thank you for posting. I needed to be reminded that of that at this very moment. And then that like really felt really good. I said, and it sure doesn't hurt to be thanked for that. And if we work really hard for the next few months, maybe the whole world will be happy soon. Wouldn't that be awesome? To make the whole world happy. Skywatcher Cinder says, you are absolutely awesome. You need to call in over a Marfugo. Is Marfugo like on right now? I don't think I'm going to be able, I don't have enough bandwidth to be on live here and call over at Marfugo. You do know that I did call in Marfugo that one time, and there is the video, right? I'm assuming that's the reason why you came over here. I don't know if you just got a shout out, Skywatcher. So God bless you, and I'll try to have the chat up next time, because I didn't even know I was going to be able to be live on PatriotCamp News. Hopefully I don't get any copyright strikes or something crazy. This is all fair use. I'm claiming fair use for everything in this video. Okay, you needed to get this information, and please share this out to people so we can start growing the channel. Please sub this channel, sub the main channel, and let's see, is there anything else that you guys want to get out before we're done? Let's go back to the... Yep, I'm hearing a yep. And let's go back over here to the Discord for a second so I can just make sure we nailed everything out for this last broadcast here. And thank you for joining me for the first live PatriotCamp News broadcast. It's been fun so far. So yeah, the Brave browser, it's been pretty good. And I have the ads off. I'll turn them back on now. And like 83 little things that I had to click off. I got paid $5.42 for that, right? Technically. Whoa, that's a little bit too big. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Awesome. Thank you very much. Who just posted that? Mama Potato. Way to go, Mama Potato. You're awesome. Whoops. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're going to check out the real quick from the update. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. This is just freaking awesome. You know, I mean, it sucks, man. Just, it's so easy to get. And it's from his channel, and the PatriotCamp News ain't subbed there yet.
Tip of the valley, but before we get to the super volcano. Well, the earthquake's happening right here, right next to, and I mean right on it. The big line volcano.
So there you go. We've got proof of life from Dutch Since. Some people were worried about him today, so I'm glad I could get that out to you. 7/7/2019. And if there's nothing else, no major emergencies right now. Too bad. We've got that. Nothing left in the newsreel. Let's clean that out before we go. We are changed from Mama Potato. If you want to be part of this newscast, feel free to go ahead and drop something in our Discord there. This is more high profile than you realize. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and play that. Normally I really want to know what it is by the description before I go and click on it. I'm not really into clickbait, and that's kind of what that is. So if you can, just put a little bit of a description on there, that'll help me out.
It has been very near and dear to this independent media organization that we have been talking about for years, that we have been criticized for, that we have been called conspiracy theorists for even bringing up the fact that top Republicans and top Democrats are colluding with some of the worst elements in our society has finally broken, and we are getting the news that Jeffrey Epstein finally has been arrested.
Sorry about the noise on that one.
With dozens of minors. A story that is not only rattling middle America after finding out the level of indecency and corruption surrounding this case, but predominantly.
I don't want to play the whole video because, censorship.
Politicians are trying to shift
censorship
predominantly on people on the right, while other people are reminding you that this, of course, all happened under Robert Mueller's watch. Again, playing the proverbial.
That's an interesting little tidbit there. Thank you very much. We Are Changed. That's Luke Rudowski, by the way. Have talked with him once or twice on Twitter. Shout out to you, Luke Rudowski. I'd love to get Patriot Camp on the channel sometime. And if you want to go over there, We Are Changed, maybe drop a couple of comments on there. Tell them that, hey, you should have Patriot Camp on. You know, all these people are all upset about rights. And what is Patriot Camp all about? See, if you donate to this channel, okay, you're not just donating to a channel in order to create another independent media network. What you're actually doing is donating to actually directly enforce the Constitution, because Patriot Camp is about we the people actually getting boots on the ground to your location to put transparency on the situation so that your rights stop getting violated instantly, like a fire department coming out there to put out the fire. And why don't we have that in the land of the free? Why don't we have that? Can you explain that to me, please? Can someone please explain it? I don't understand it, and it's really bothered me for a very long time. That's the reason why I do what I do, and I want to live free. I want to live abundantly. I just want to be happy. I think that's everybody. Are you with me? Then please sub the channel and spread this out. Think about it. We need your funds. I'm starving, literally, at this present time. I had a couple bowls of rice. I've got $70 in the account, by the way, to go and get some supplies, but we are so dreaded low. I have no beans. I have I could show you the cabinets. I have like this much wheat left in my bag, and I hate, why do I have to get down to the point where I'm literally like begging for food? To where people will donate to a project to defend the Constitution, right? Because if all that's going to happen, I've said this many times before too, if all you're going to do is keep me from starving to death, then you might as well just let me die. Because what's the point, right? I mean, you're just keeping one guy from starving to death. Why don't we just put a little bit of money together and let me get the bathroom, the shower, the laundry, and the kitchen all straightened out in this community center so that people can come on out here and they feel comfortable to just start out in a piece of dirt in the middle of nowhere, because they have all this other stuff that you have in the house, and then you can come out here and then all you really need is a room and something to plug into, right? So that's what we're trying to do here at Patriot Camp, is get to self-sustainability. Why? Because we want to have non-taxable, it's not funded by Tax Nation. It's not an agency of government. We need a We the People organization that's self-funded, partially by donations right now, but I want to get off donations very soon. Okay, once we're self-funded to the point where we are self-sustained here, we have a workshop, we have a metal forge, we have an established nursery, and I'll show you the updates. I've got like something like 20 clones on the tomatoes. I'm getting really good at cloning some tomatoes, and those things go for like $4 a piece at the farmer's market, right? If I can ever get out to a farmer's market. So I need backup on site. Haven't had any backup on site for the longest freaking time, okay? I had a guy that literally did not even go and click the video, comes down here, looks at the place, stays here for a half an hour, then I went and cleaned up the place immaculately because he's like, I'm in. And then 4:30 p.m. imagine that, okay? 4:30 p.m. You've been out here stranded for like literally like I think at least a month. I've been out here pretty much stranded, except for going to the food bank once or twice to do some hours, okay? And then that's stressful because I got the cameras on, and just it's stressful not having somebody here because all this stuff that I worked for, that I lost $6,000 worth of it, okay? Then, when they threw me in jail for a Facebook post, and then I get out of jail, I'm working, and just finally, and all the people that are supporting the channel, this is the people that support this network, that have been consistently supporting it, like Valerie and William and Lynn. And Lynn, no Herb, Lynn hasn't been around in a while, but I don't sit there and bug people. Okay, maybe they forgot about it. Maybe they got unsubbed off the channel. I don't know. But we never had a fight. We never had any. There wasn't any reason for her to be like, not supporting the camp anymore. But she was a very, very big supporter for a while. And I can understand why some people might just get bored of it, going, hey, it's just never going to happen. It's just never going to get the support that we need. Now, everybody that I have even some sort of a conversation with about Patriot Camp knows that this is the solution. This is how we solve enforcing the Constitution. If you go out and you Google, you search for, this is probably going to be in my next Patriot Camp News. We're going to cover a lot of that. What First Amendment auditors do, which is what Patriot Camp would support, okay? We're not asking you to go out and do what First Amendment auditors do. What we're asking you to do is just be part of the choir when we show up. And we've got cameras and clipboards. You just be there with us. Just another body. You don't even actually have to do any talking. Just show that your eyeballs are on the situation too. We're not going to be violent. We're going to be peaceful. We're never going to let them paint ourselves into a violent corner. And I have established an awesome rapport with both the county and both of my probation officers. Okay, ironically speaking, and the new sheriff, Danny Sanchez. God bless Danny Sanchez. I think he's doing a pretty good job, because honestly, I haven't heard any complaints. And no news is good news in that department, right? Now, again, I'm going to keep my candidacy open for 2022 if you want to come out here, and because nothing against Danny, but I want to see if we the people can run a county all by themselves. So if you want to vote for a government shutdown and you want to see a sheriff that's supportive of local militia, because the next day after I'm elected would be militia signups. And this would be the first ever in this country militia that's supported by a local sheriff. And I will never discuss militia, and I advise you in this environment to never even talk about a militia unless it has the support of the local sheriff. Because that's the sheriff is elected by the people, and then he is the primary Constitution enforcement officer. He is the top law enforcement officer in the county, and he is actually higher than the president in his own county, and then he's the guy that's directly responsible for the enforcement of your rights. So about sheriffs, I can't get the word out to people enough about sheriffs, man. So many of sheriffs, 3,300 sheriffs in this. I've been banging my head against the wall for 12 years about this, going, man, there's not one sheriff in this entire 3,300. There's not one sheriff that's vulnerable. If we, the freedom movement, the liberty truth movement, just got on the bus and said, we're going to support this one local sheriff and see if we can free one county. Because, what would that do? Somebody gets broke down in the county, they're rolling through. Think about it, right? They roll past the sign and it says, beware, we have freedom, our businesses are unregulated, do your due diligence, something like that would be what would be on the sign. Okay, so they pass that sign, they roll into the county, they get a breakdown, and they call 911. And we've just got a volunteer service set up that for in our case, right? Because we'd be self-governing, and I'm not going to do everything myself. I'm not going to get paid, because I'm also going to be doing it without a paycheck, by the way. So we'd show up, a couple people would show up, and you'd be like, oh, this and that, and you'd be going back and forth for a little bit, and then maybe the person would be, oh, we should call a cop. No, there aren't any cops here. We are the authorities. Can you imagine that? That's what I want. I want to give what I have now to an entire county of people, is that I feel like I am the authority. Why? Because I know my rights. I know the Constitution. I know the order of authority. The order of authority is people up here, servants, God up here. Unless you're an atheist, okay, then you're on the top. If you're an atheist, I say that stuff. You're lucky, man. Only until you die, then I don't know what your plan is after that. Right? So we've gone so far over, and I haven't even, I'm way past through my all my comments. We'll check the comments before we jump off here. So you are the real McCoy Vince. Thank you very much, Commander. He's a slight bias. He's been with us for a very long time. Thank you for fighting the good patriotic fight. Everyone, please smash the like button, says William. God bless you, man. Thank you very much for saying that. If other people, right, self-promotion, shameless self-promotion doesn't always promote that well. So please sub this out. Get this out to people and let them know that we want to defend your rights. I want what happened to me to never have to happen to anyone else. Okay? So thank you very much. I don't know how to end this off except to just say God bless the Patriots. We'll see you next time.